Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
We've got a special guest for you this morning. She's a mom. She's a wife. She's a pet lover. She's a brand new author. And she's one of the most energetic and positive people I know. Please welcome Jenny Kane.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Well, Jenny, I want to start us off with, where were you born? Let's start when you were a little girl here.
I grew up in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house on the west side of Cincinnati, Ohio.
West Side! Woo! We love the West Side. So, where, like, on the West Side, like, where, like, Bridgetown, or?
In Cheviot. My mom and dad actually live in the same house.
Okay. They still live in the same house that they did?
They do, for over 40 years.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Like,
yeah.
That's like, I don't know, that's like real family right there. That's what I'm talking about.
That's the old American dream.
That's right, yeah. This is like your parents. So they're still together, I guess. They're still in the same house.
They are. They've been married for 51 years.
Oh my gosh.
For as long as I can remember, they've said the rosary together every single day out loud.
Oh, wow. So, do you have any brothers and sisters, or?
I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. My mom and dad actually tried for 7 years to have kids. And they were going to give up on the dream and become truck drivers, which I'm very glad they didn't.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
My mom doesn't even drive the highway. But they found out that she had severe and chronic endometriosis.
Oh my gosh.
She had 1 fallopian tube and 1.5 ovaries removed.
Oh my gosh.
And they said it would be a miracle if she had kids. And she went on to have 4 kids in 5.5 years.
Oh wow. So you are the youngest or oldest, or where do you fall?
I'm the second.
You're the second oldest, okay.
Yes.
So, gosh. And so that 4 kids in 5.5 years.
Yes.
Wow.
And we're all still very close in age and in relationships.
Yeah. Now, did you stay in like Catholic schools all growing up?
We did. We went to St. Al's on Bridgetown.
Yeah.
My sister and I went to Mercy, and my brothers went to LaSalle.
Okay. Yeah. And you're not afraid to tell your age because you don't look what you...
I don't know about that, but I'm 44.
So guys, I don't know what it looks like on camera right now, but she does not look 44. She looks like she's like 24.
I don't know about that, but
in real life. No, I mean, like in real life, that's, you know how you see sometimes on
But
the
next
camera.
to a guy who looks 70.
That's true. That's true.
That's not saying much.
That's
It's
right.
just bothering me out.
No, that is true. So, and you're married now.
I am. I've been with my husband since I was 17. We've been married for 23 years.
And his name, if you want to tell the camera.
His name is Brian.
Yeah.
Can you tell us the story about how you met him?
Yeah.
When I was 17, I collected the mail, and there was a random horoscope in there, and it said, Capricorn, you need to wake up. You know the person you're with is not the one for you, and you have a secret admirer waiting in the wings. So make yourself available.
So you were dating someone at the time?
I was.
Okay.
I was. But at the time, I had been routinely crossing paths with a really cute guy in traffic. So I thought of him, and I tore the horoscope out and put it under the front seat of my car. And I went out that night with my friends, and I said, if I run into that guy tonight, I'm gonna break up with
That other guy.
and get his phone number. And we went to the Elder Oak Hills football game, and then Skyline on Bridgetown. And I was eating a coney, and in walked Brian. And I walked over and I got his phone number, and I still have that napkin. And that was October 29th, 1999,
Oh my gosh.
and we've been together ever since.
I love that. That's awesome. You know what else
He
I
loves
love?
Bridgetown
Yeah,
Skyline.
I love Bridgetown Skyline. They've got the best three ways. Nothing against St. Leon. I mean, they're good too. But yeah. So, and then how many kids do you have now?
We have 2 kids. Carly is 24. She's a professional BMX racer for Huffy. And Heidi is 21. And she plays club tennis at UC.
Now, my babies aren't babies anymore either, and that's kind of a tough thing as they get older. How have you know, what are some things that kind of stick out in your mind as they get older that sadden you about those sort of things, them getting older, or does that?
Well, from the time they were little, I always told them that I would love them no matter what. I would never judge them. They could tell me anything. And they have definitely taken those words to heart. We have a very close relationship. Sometimes they tell me things, and on the outside I'm calm, but on the inside I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I can't believe they're telling me this. But we're very close. And Heidi and I, that's my youngest daughter, we compete all over the US in mother-daughter nationals together. So,
In tennis.
in tennis, yes.
Okay.
Thank you for clarifying. Yes,
Somebody read her bio.
that's right. But so I'm just happy to grow up with them.
Yeah.
That was a gift of having them young.
Yeah.
But we have a very close relationship.
Well, I know that like my boys are, specifically this guy right here, is kind of tough on me sometimes. Do you ever get that from your girls, or is it different because they're girls? You think?
I mean, we're all very hard-headed, but our interests and hobbies are the same. So we just always push each other to be the best.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, that's good. I feel like my boys tend to beat me down.
I mean, there are days when I have to put my kids in a headlock, literally.
That's good. That's
You
good.
have to remind them that they're your kids.
But yeah, I mean,
Get them back into the role.
that's right.
See, but my problem is I can't do that with my boys. They're just big, you
Beat
know.
them up.
They're big guys. They will.
We don't care if he's an old man. All the more reason to beat him up, I'd say.
But,
Yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, with your girls, then, I mean, it probably is a lot different, really. That they are sweeter, I think. I would guess. I do have 2 girls, but they're still young, so I don't know how
Yeah.
that's gonna go.
Well, I just think their dad has set a good example for them. And I told them never to settle for guys that treat them less than Brian does me.
Oh yeah, that's
So
great.
they both have very good men in their lives too. But
Now, do you think that's probably because you had a really good father in your life?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was great to my mom. And he was a great dad.
So what gives you your ambition and drive to kind of do your, I know you have the siblings. Is that kind of what pushes you to be better, or is it deeper than that with you?
Well, I just want to practice what I preach. I tell my kids all these things, but I want to be that role model and be what I tell them to be.
Yeah.
And my mom was a stay-at-home mom, which is why I always wanted to be present in my girls' lives. And my dad, he worked very hard to make ends meet. We didn't have a lot of space or money, but we had a lot of love. And I just always wanted my girls to have the same kind of upbringing.
Well, I really think that trumps all. Love.
Yes,
It really does.
yes.
Nothing else matters.
That's one thing I remember about my childhood growing up. You know, we didn't have anything,
Right,
but I knew my mom loved me.
yes.
And I felt like that carried me through.
Well, my dad, he would come home from work and he would play games with us and read stories that he had told us and play the guitar and sing us to sleep. And we were just his priority.
Yeah.
The moment he walked in. I remember one of the games he would play with us was called Struggle Ball. And he would take a kickball and throw it amongst my siblings and I. And he would say, I'm going to start my stopwatch. Whoever has this ball after a minute gets $1. And we would all beat the crap out of each other. But I think it fueled my fire and that competitive spirit. And he also told me when I was a kid, I would get spankings occasionally.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I was spirited,
Yeah.
to say the least. But I would look him in the eye and say, go ahead and hit me. It only makes me stronger. And he used to think, what am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess when you have that many kids, and that is the same, there's so many different personalities among when you get that many kids. And that's kind of my Hank right there.
Yeah.
He's the Jenny of my you know.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And I think that's a good thing. I mean, it is a good thing once I understand that role. And I think your dad probably realized that with you at some point, like, okay.
It cracks me up how different the four of us are,
Yeah.
raised in the same household.
Yeah. And it was probably where, hey, I have to handle her a little differently. I can't, she's a tough one. And not to coddle you by any stretch, but maybe he kind of lets you do your own thing a little bit more to grow. I don't know. I mean, did you ever sense that at any point where maybe it was like, I mean, you felt the love, no doubt.
I felt the love, but I knew he knew I was strong.
Yeah.
I feel like they were a little harder on me, but they knew I could handle it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's great. And they definitely have to adjust that, and evidently they did something right, because I think you're a wonderful person for sure.
Thank you. I just always thrived on challenges. That's the only reason I'm out here today.
Yeah,
Because of the challenge.
that's good.
So one thing we like talking about is the journey and the destination and the feeling after, while you're in the journey, and the feeling after once you reach the destination. So can you speak on that? Like how you feel, what are your thoughts on the journey versus the end destination?
Yeah, like once you reach your goal, do you feel like, the journey was much better?
Well, more than anything in life, I always wanted to be a mother and wife. And like I said, it was important to be involved. So I waited tables for 25 years to financially contribute to my family, but have the flexibility to be home. So I wasn't 100% sure what that journey was until, honestly, just recently, I had this feeling that I should be doing more. I loved waiting tables. I loved the interaction with my guests. But I always felt like I was on the brink of doing something better.
Yeah. Well, and that's where I actually met you. Gosh,
Yeah.
I don't know if it was that 25 years ago or not where you were working, but I always remember you as just the nicest, most outgoing, and you get that a lot with waitresses or whatever, but you're different.
Well, customers told me that I was wasting my talent, but I never felt that way because I felt like I was a bright spot in their day. But they also told me that I should write a book or be a motivational speaker. So that was always in the back of my mind. And when I quit my job this past summer, it was the perfect time to sit down and start writing.
Yeah. And head on that journey.
Now,
when you thought about that journey, was there any fear involved with that journey, or was that like, no big deal to me? Or is that the challenge that you talk about?
I didn't even have time to think about it. It was completely consuming. I sat down for 76 hours in 5 days and had the skeleton of my book, The St. Bernard Memoirs. And that's why it took so long to start too, because I knew it would consume me.
Well, let's talk a little bit about why that book came about. I mean, what's your, I don't know if I mentioned this in the intro, but part of her family is a huge pet family. And when I say huge, I mean,
Literally
not that huge. Like, if you want to talk about that a little bit and what inspired that first book.
Since I was a little girl, I always wanted St. Bernards. And I don't want to say too much about how that came along, because you can read about it in my book.
There you go. Yeah.
Don't want to spoil that.
That's right.
It's a good read.
But I always wanted them. And my book shows you how I didn't give up on that dream and it came to fruition. I have 3 St. Bernards now. I like them more than most people. They're everything we as humans should be.
It's like having babies though too, right? Because it's like you always have a baby because
Yes.
you always got to take care of them too.
Yes. But I have 3 now, Gus, Arthur, and Linus, and they're a huge part of my life and my everyday.
Well, see, that's, the tough thing about pets is they don't last forever. Nor do we.
Right.
Can you speak on that a little bit and how, with your pets, and I know you said you had the 3 now, right? You said 3 now, right?
Correct, yeah.
But before that, you had how many?
I've had 7 in my adult life.
Okay.
So I've lost 4. But I think with anything in life, it's temporary. Everything is temporary. So you just have to really embrace every opportunity and be happy in the moment and enjoy the present moment.
I think if it was, maybe you would mention it to me or something at one point about your grandpa passing, and you kind of had a realization too about or maybe I read it, maybe it was a post you did, I don't know, but I thought it was interesting about the shell of armor, and we're just in a shell basically, and can you talk to that a little bit? I thought that was very interesting when you said that.
My grandpa lived 3 doors down from me growing up, so we were very close to him, but he was also a functional alcoholic. He would drink a 12-pack every day, and it caught up with him.
Yeah.
He got cirrhosis of the liver, and I didn't visit him a lot when he was sick.
Because of what he did, kind of, or no?
Not really.
Okay.
I think I was in denial.
Okay.
I thought he would get better.
Yeah.
And I was there when he died, and it was obvious that he was just an empty shell. Didn't look like him. I mean, it looked like, it sounds morbid maybe, but just a crustacean, an empty crustacean on the beach.
Yeah.
It was so evident in that moment that we are more than this body, and his soul was gone. And I wholeheartedly believe in heaven.
Yeah.
I think that really speaks well, because like my grandpa on my mom's side, he passed a few years back, and he had a stroke, right? And so like the whole husk of a shell type thing after his stroke, I mean, he was a guy who got up every day, went to his golf course. I mean, he was a through and through worker. He was a Marine when he was younger, straight-laced soldier kind of guy. And I think that really speaks, because after his stroke, he just wasn't the same. He couldn't move. He was bedridden, couldn't talk. So like, I think that, that really speaks to me too. That whole husk of a shell thing. It's not the same.
And my grandpa was 76, so I'm at my tennis club, and there's people in their 90s still out there playing tennis. And it just makes you realize that you have a lot more life in you if you take care of yourself.
Oh yeah, there you go. Hopefully, right? Hopefully that's the plan, right?
At least money can't buy is your health.
Yeah.
Well, and even if something does affect you, some illness, you have a fighting shot if you've always taken care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely increase your odds.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think the time that you're here, the quality of life is something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here if I can't do what I want to do. I want to be able to be active and do the things I love.
I think we get caught up in the temporary fix of, hey, let's go get a drink tonight and party it up because it feels good.
There's so much more to life than that. I've never been a drinker. I don't know if it's because I was a young mom and I had to grow up or because of my grandpa, but I truly get nothing out of it. I want to feel great every day and be able to do my best.
It's kind of like you want to be in your own mind all the time
Totally.
too, and experience
Yeah.
what life has.
There's just so many beautiful things that life offers, and you miss out on it if you're drunk all the time.
Well, it's probably not good to play tennis when you're hungover either, huh?
No, it's hard enough sober.
Yeah. So let's talk about tennis a little bit. When did that start for you? When did you start playing tennis?
I played 2 years in high school and quit my senior year when I met Brian.
There's a bad influence. I knew there was
That's
something. No, I'm just kidding.
And I picked it back up as an adult once my kids were in school.
Well, I mean, with tennis, that very well might have been why you picked it back up, because maybe you stopped, like had you been pushed and went to college and played tennis in college, that could have been a point where you're like, I'm done with this part of my life.
I started running actually because it was the first time in my life I wasn't playing a sport and I was feeling really burnt out. And then one of my running friends asked me to teach her how to play tennis. And I thought, gosh, I think I could still be really good at this. And that's when I picked it back up.
Well, I did want to tell you, we got 2 surprises for you today.
All good.
Okay? The first surprise is that we're not doing 6 miles.
Great.
Okay?
That's great.
We are only doing 8 though.
I do have a tennis match after this, you know.
Oh, you do right after?
Right after.
Well, we'll slow it down a little bit. How about that? Well, for you, we'll slow it down. But we're going to get 8. I know you can do 8, or I wouldn't do this to you.
Yeah.
But part of this is that I feel like we're going to get a better interview, more information out of you over the time. Because you're a good interviewee.
Am I?
But, so, back to tennis. You play now with your daughter, Heidi, right?
Correct.
And that's like a
We
doubles,
play at a 5-0 level.
which
with
is
5-0 is definitely a level that a lot of people try very hard to get to
Okay.
and never do. It's like what most D1 college players USTA ranking would be at.
Okay. Nice. And so I guess Heidi must have played tennis with you a lot growing up then too, right?
She was on a tennis scholarship to Thomas More, but didn't like the small school setting.
Okay.
So she transferred to UC and just plays club there now. But yeah, she did clinics growing up. And then at about 13, she decided she really loved tennis.
And so she kind of been, but when did you guys really start playing a lot together? Like,
I think 3 years ago
okay.
is the first time we did a national together.
Okay. So you travel a bit for that,
We
right?
do. And that first national was on grass, which we had never played on. And it was a whole different animal.
In a good way or not so good way?
Not so good.
Is that just because you haven't trained on that? Or?
Yes, and the ball doesn't bounce.
Oh,
So in the first round, we had to play a very experienced mother-daughter team that lived 4 doors down from the club. And they beat us. And we were so frustrated
oh yeah.
because we knew we would beat them on hard court. But we worked our way all the way through the back draw and ended up getting to rematch them in the back draw and won, which was really cool redemption.
So I understand you might have done something, or Brian's done something recently, or working on something that can help you with that. Is that true?
That's true. We did put a grass tennis court in on our property, which will hopefully be open to the public at some point next year.
Now that's some dedication. I mean, it's like putting a home gym in your house, but like an insane home gym, right?
And
Yeah.
it's open for everybody.
Yeah, that's impressive.
But everybody keeps saying, I can't believe you made Brian do that. And I'm like,
No.
hold on, this is him.
Yeah,
This is his baby.
yeah. I would agree with what you're saying for sure. I believe that 100%. I feel like he's a very meticulous guy,
He is.
and when he gets a hold of something, he's very similar to you in some aspects, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
In that, and he wants to do it for you girls. He probably loves it so much.
He does, and
Just
he
because
loves landscaping, so he looks at it as a big landscaping project.
He probably doesn't want to see you guys lose when you go out on the circuit, right?
He doesn't. He likes to see us win, for sure. Everybody always says, is there anything Brian can't do? And I say, beat me in tennis.
Now this is a part of the run I usually, this little hill right here gets
Okay.
me. Remember, I'm 54. What are you looking like pace-wise?
9:15.
It's okay. We're doing good. Might want to slow it down a little bit. You're killing me, Jenny.
Yeah, right. You're killing me.
Take it. For about
Okay. Hank, do you have a question for Jenny right now?
Well, how's it feel being like, so you kind of passed your passion for tennis on to your daughter. What's that like? Like,
Sometimes there's a little animosity because I think it's hard to play the same sport as your mom.
yeah.
And I'm very bubbly on the court. I feed off of energy, and Heidi is much more even-keeled. So sometimes we fight.
Like you irritate her like I do my boys. maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Believe that, right?
She gets mad at me. She thinks I'm too high-strung, which I am. But that's just when I play my best, is when I'm really high energy. And she would rather be pretty solemn on the court, keep a poker face,
Yeah.
and I can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong. And I think that's what's beautiful about the world. Every personality that's out there. Do you think that we kind of lose that in our world here in America, where we tend to want to stick with one personality and be like, oh, she's like me or he's like me. I want to stick with that person.
I think people are so afraid to be themselves, and they care so much about what society thinks about them. And you're a prisoner to yourself
Yeah.
when you have that mindset.
Yeah.
You have to not care what other people think and do what makes you happy. Because life and happiness is not a one-size-fits-all.
Yeah, and you really can't make someone else happy. It's you just do you
You do you.
to the best of your ability.
Absolutely.
And when you're not doing you to the best of your ability, you're limiting what you're giving to them.
Completely. You have to be confident enough to say, if that person doesn't like me, if I offend that person, they weren't for me.
Yeah. And you can't let that get caught up in your head if
No.
what they thought of you.
And I've read many times that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most amount of time with. So choose wisely.
Yeah.
Associate with people you want to be with. Associate with people that inspire you to go after your dreams.
I think Hank said that once too, didn't you, Hank?
Yeah, I think I invented that saying.
We try to say that, don't we? Yeah, I thought of that. No, but that's great advice because you you have to look to your environment and see what's around you. Where do you want to be?
You don't have to do what society thinks you have to do. I couldn't care less or be less proud of my kids if they were a garbage man or a brain surgeon. As long as they're happy and self-sufficient, that's all I care about.
I mean, both professions, you would require them to take a shower before they eat, right?
Definitely.
Well, and I think that's good advice because you look at your children. I recently saw that, well, Carly is a professional BMXer now. That to me, that's something that doesn't even register on my list of professions. You know what I mean? It's like you don't even think about that sort of stuff.
Right.
That's outside the box. How did that come about?
Brian introduced her to BMX when she was 8. He was always a motocross racer and thought BMX would be a little safer, but she instantly fell in love with it.
So he was a motocross racer, huh?
He was, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Daggone.
This dirt bike guys are definitely built like a dirt bike.
Well, yeah, I saw a video. I think the boy showed it to me years ago. Carly riding that wheelie down. What was that?
She loves it.
What was that road?
Gainer Ridge, wasn't
Gainer
it?
Ridge.
I think it was, yes.
It was like a mile.
I like to know this stuff after the fact.
Yeah,
That was a great video.
yeah, that was. Kudos to her. That's awesome. Now, did she recently leave to head to do something?
She leaves on Saturday to train in Florida for 7 weeks and then go straight to a pro national in Houston.
Okay. And she's had some injuries to deal with too, right?
She's had a lot of injuries, a lot of animosity, a lot of challenges this past year. We found out that she was overdosing on iron unintentionally.
Yeah.
And so she spent most of 2025 sick because her immune system couldn't fight off infections
Oh, wow.
because of the iron.
Yeah, iron's not something you typically like OD on, like on purpose. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna give me some iron today.
Right. Well,
That's
the Olympic doctor upped her dose, but she was taking 50 milligrams a day and shouldn't have been taking more than 18.
Oh, wow. So then that just kind of made her be really sick, you said?
She got shingles 3 times,
Oh, God.
severe vertigo, just thing after thing. Had every health test and could not figure out what was going on. And I told her to send me her supplements and discovered she was overdosing on iron.
Wow. I mean, guys, you have to pay attention to what you're ingesting, right? I mean, thank God, you know, and again, her doctor prescribed that for her.
Correct.
You know?
But you still have to be an advocate for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, that's something you expect. Oh, the doc knows what he's talking about. He should. But boy, yeah, that's tough. Now, you've dealt with some injury too
I have.
over the years.
In 2014, I went out for a run. I remember I felt great, kept a 7:09 pace, a far cry from where I run today. And I felt a little twinge in my knee. I didn't think anything of it until 2 weeks later, the pain was getting worse. So I went to the doctor and they diagnosed me with runner's knee. I didn't believe the diagnosis because that's an amateur injury. And I had been running for 15 years at that point.
Yeah.
But I was happy with it because they said I could continue to do what I loved.
Yeah, playing tennis,
Which is
right?
running,
Yeah. Oh,
because-
and running, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, let me ask you this real quick.
yeah.
When it comes to that running, have you always loved running though? I mean, is that the...
No.
Tell me about that a little bit.
No. I only do it to stay in shape for tennis. And it's the greatest stress relief, the cheapest therapy, but it's still a battle every day to get out and do it.
So your idea behind running was I hate it or I dislike it. It's not my favorite. I'm going to get after it, get it done. It's going to change the rest of my day. That was kind of always your theory or not?
I just always think of Navy SEAL David Goggins' quote, if I can get through doing things I hate to do, greatness is on the other side.
Oh, amen. Yeah. That's
But
good.
that injury in 2014, I played 14 tennis matches and won that season. In the 15th match, I lost. And I told Brian, something's wrong because I lost that match. So
Couldn't have been me, just
I got an MRI and I was 8 hours into a 12-hour waitressing shift. And the doctor called and said, I don't know how you're walking around. You have a stress fracture so bad in your patella that your kneecap is split in half. You need to get off your
Oh my
feet
gosh.
immediately.
Yeah, and so that also goes back to the doctor. The first time you got checked out, that wasn't diagnosed. It was a misdiagnosis. So, yeah, I mean, it is key, like we talk about. You've got to be your own advocate.
Yes.
You've got to be. So that kind of sets you aside, sets you out for a little bit, sets you back.
I was out for 10 months. I ended up ultimately having to get screws put in my kneecap to hold it in place. During my recovery, I went to the gym every day. I hobbled around on crutches from machine to machine. I would sit on my couch and run with my arms. And whenever Brian got in the shower, I would run around the room as fast as I could on crutches. And then as soon as I heard the water turn off, hop back on the couch so he wouldn't yell at me. But
well, you know what you need. You know what you need. And
yes,
and
I
Brian
need
wants
those endorphins.
Yeah, you know what you need, and you are supplying your body with what you need in order to make you feel better and help you recover. But yeah, that speaks to your spirit for sure. I like that. Well, I wanted to go back to your book a little bit.
Sure.
Because I've been carrying this thing and I put it in a plastic bag and it kept sliding down. So I wanted to get it autographed.
Oh gosh, not while I'm running.
Yeah, you've got to.
I'm trying to breathe.
That's the key. We'll have to slow down a little bit.
Oh my gosh, you're crazy.
And this is the key to this. I'm gonna take my time getting it out.
It's gonna look like chicken scratch.
That's right, that's what I want. Because I can tell you this, nobody else is gonna have an autographed book while we're running 8 miles.
Oh my gosh, you're crazy.
All right?
My hands are frozen.
I like it.
Oh my gosh. It's
Hold
gonna
that
be
for a
terrible.
second. I want it in the moment. See, this is why we do what we do.
Did I tell you I hate surprises? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, well then, that new car we have for you at the end.
Wait, where was my new car? What the heck? Got a pat on the back.
Is this typically where you would?
Thanks for helping me
I would
out.
typically write you a little note, but you're not getting that.
Because I'm not typical. Well, this is her new book, guys. Super cool. Tell me about that artwork on there too.
My friend that I worked with at Longhorn is a painter, and she painted that to be in a coffee shop. And when she retired the painting, I asked her if I could buy it. And later, Brian said that would be the perfect book cover.
Oh yeah.
So I asked her if I could use it, and she was honored. And it's just really cool how our dreams have intersected.
Yeah.
Her painting, my writing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And it makes you kind of think, you know what? I think I'm on the right path.
Exactly. It feels like divine intervention.
Because it's hard to go on that path, isn't it?
It is.
And you probably have a lot of negative thoughts at times, like, am I on the right path?
Well, I'm very lucky that Brian has given me the freedom financially to pursue whatever path I want to take.
Well, and you guys are partners. You've been
We
together
are.
for 23 years, you said?
Correct.
Okay, so
26.
guys, I'm not totally
Married for 23.
slipping. I do remember that.
He didn't take his Prevagen this morning.
He was married,
Watch out
married
for
for 22. But see, yeah, you're partners. You did what you had to do to help the family with waitressing. It's actually helped you a lot outside of that too.
Right.
Communication skills.
Right.
But you're a great team, and I love that. And I think that's what we oftentimes forget in any team, not just marriage.
And I think the number one thing in marriage is communication.
Yeah.
You have to talk about your hopes, dreams, and goals for the future and work on achieving them together.
Yeah. Yeah, and be on the same page.
Yes.
And it's just like with us, guys, we all need to communicate more and make sure we're heading in the right direction. And that's good. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Would it be easier if you're on this side? Yeah, I know. I'm
Maybe
saying
over here?
Yeah, if that's easier for you, I'll hold the book.
Oh my gosh, this
You're
is going
gonna
to be
sign
so
it, and I don't
bad.
care what it looks like. You can sign it.
I
It'd be
think
easier to choose the
I think I'll hold it.
Okay, you hold it.
Keep holding it. He's listening.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Make sure you write a message on there.
Not happening.
Don't ever do this to me again. Ryan, I hate you.
Yeah, can you put something nice on there?
If I
It's
can breathe, I would.
oh my goodness. I love it. That would be a treasure of mine. Maybe we should all just put a little something on there and we could auction that off and you can give the money to charity or
When
something.
I'm famous, you can sell it on eBay.
Oh, that's sweet. I'm going to show everybody this awesome autograph.
Chicken scratch.
No, this is one of a kind right here.
Your chicken scratch looks better than mine, but your hand's right.
The embarrassing part is, yeah, it's definitely better than my signature.
Oh my gosh, that's hard to do.
I'm gonna put it back.
Put it back in the
Put it back in the
anti-fog.
anti-butt sweat bag.
Where's that?
It's
already in your keys.
It's in my pocket.
It's already in your keys.
Back to
I
the
knew he was running a little funny
marriage
for a while
and
there.
relationship.
Yeah.
I got your
One
glass.
bit of advice that the minister gave to Brian and myself when we were engaged was to write down the 15 reasons we wanted to marry each other. And when we had difficulty over the years, as all couples do, to look at those lists. And I have pulled them out many times over the years, and I always am overcome with gratitude and happiness because I realize Brian is still that person,
Yeah.
even when I'm mad.
That's so great. I mean, how often is it that we, as a people, do that sort of stuff? I mean, do we? It's kind of like your goals too, right? But the marriage goals,
Yes,
and you have those, and you bring them back out and look at them. Remind yourself of your why, right?
anything in life that is important to you is worth fighting for, and that includes your marriage. People give up too easily. They really do.
Get caught up in distractions of the world.
That's one of the things that makes me the most sad, is that social media, the songs we listen to, the shows we watch, they all desensitize us to what's healthy and normal
And real, right?
and real.
Yeah. And like this is real.
This is real.
I mean, I got snot coming down.
I do too. I keep sniffing it up.
The book is phenomenal.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, this is how thick I am and how, I don't know if you'd call it unsmart or what, not smart, not intelligent. Read the title, St. Bernard Memoirs. Had no idea what to expect. That's the kind of genius I am.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But I think I got about halfway through and I'm like, oh, okay, this is what this is about. And then there was a few points in there where I cried. Yeah, I got sad. Nobody was around, so I was allowed to do that. But it's a very, very good book. I really enjoyed it.
It's just authentic. It's the true human spirit through hardship and triumph. I'm a what you see is what you get kind of person, and I feel like my book portrays that too.
Well, I love it, and I agree with that. I think it's good, really good to be like that. Now, let's talk about this house that you guys live in now. Okay, so you started out. Well, you actually used to live near us.
Correct.
In Bright there, years ago. When was that?
2006, we built that house.
Okay, yeah. And then something happened. You decided, you know what? Let's make a change. What was that when you made that change? And
we would always take family walks together, and our kids told us they really wanted to live on land.
okay.
So we immediately began searching, and we found a 19-acre lot in Guilford. But the only drawback was there was a beat-up trailer on the adjacent land. When we listed our house, we sold it in 2 days.
Oh my God.
And we were like, where do we go? So crazy me came up with the idea to move into the trailer. So we knocked on the door. The man wasn't home. We discovered he rented it out, and the person renting had just moved out. We ended up being able to convince him to sell us the trailer, and our family of 4 plus 2 St. Bernards, a cat, bunny, chinchilla, hamsters, all moved in.
And what is that, like a 14 by 70 or something? That's a pretty.
It was small.
Small.
I don't even know. It was little.
So your plan was, all right, you're going to move into this trailer to go ahead and build your final home on your land.
But we only plan to be there for 8 to 12 months.
8 to 12 months. You're like, we're going to put this house together, boom, 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 get it done.
Yes.
Because Brian was doing a lot of the framing, a lot of the work.
We were doing 90% of the work.
90% of the work on building this house.
We framed it ourselves. We stick built the house, which means we didn't use rafters.
Man, that's a lot of work.
It was a lot of work. And ultimately, it took us 4 years. And there's nothing wrong with living in a trailer, but this was not a nice trailer.
Yeah, that's...
The roof leaked. There were mushrooms growing in the carpet. There were mice everywhere. And then throw 2 furry, drooly St. Bernards into the mix.
Well, and I know what it was like.
Yeah, who'd you sell it to?
This guy right here.
He lives in it right now.
By the river. So I bought it, remodeled it, put a whole new roof on it, and made it a nice home for someone.
It's really nice. The thing is we could have done that too, but that would take funds out of our dream home.
Yeah, sure, that's right. And when, it had its problems. It just needed some money that they were using on their house, and I would have done the exact same thing.
Yes.
So, and it all worked out. And look at us now, running together.
That's right.
Talking about stuff. So, when you and Brian were building this house, we're going to show pictures of this because this house is beautiful.
Thank you.
And now, are you completely done with it yet? It's probably never really completely done.
It's never going to be completely done. I'd say 95%.
Yeah.
But then we'll come up with something else.
Yeah. Well, you build another tennis court or something.
We might. We have room for 3.
Yeah.
If it does well, we will.
Now, do you have any plans for more puppies, for more doggies, or what are
I think we've discovered the magic number is 3.
It's 3, okay.
3 is a good combination. We can still put them all in the truck and take them places versus any more than that, we wouldn't be able to do that.
Well, I know you're a car person too, or were.
Yeah.
In high school, for sure. And Brian is too, or was. Now, it's kind of hard to have the St. Bernards in a Porsche, right?
Right.
But, now, tell us a little story about when you were waitressing, when you were a teenager, right? When you were in high school still?
Yes.
Okay.
When I was 18, I went to an all-girls private school, and most of the girls had very nice cars that their parents had bought them. I decided that if I was going to pay for my own car, I was going to get exactly what I wanted. And I financed a brand new Porsche Boxer. And every month I would go into Frisch's after my waitressing shift. I would go from Frisch's to Provident Bank and pay my $800 a month car payment in singles.
Even the bed. Yeah. So they thought you were
They thought I was a stripper.
I was gonna say, you were a waitress, or?
I definitely wasn't. My boobs are not big enough.
Ryan's are.
Yeah, I know, that's true.
But
Yeah, you can comment about mine if you need to, but
It's all right. You're out here, Ryan.
but when I got pregnant with Carly, Brian also had a 2-seater MR2.
okay.
So my car had to go. And the only way I could get out from under it, because I had so much negative equity, was to pay somebody $300 a month for the remainder of the loan,
Ooh.
which was 3.5 years.
But you know what? A lot of people would have just said, I'm done with this. I don't care. Y'all file bankruptcy.
I
But
paid
you don't
every
do that.
dime, and it was an expensive lesson, but I never made that mistake again.
Well, we're young, we do foolish things sometimes. But you know what? One thing you had was a good upbringing, and you did the right thing.
And I was proud of that car.
Yeah.
I used that story many times about me buying a Porsche when I was 18. And my kids would say, yeah, Mom, you were so cool, we get it. But they finally realized that's not what I was telling them.
Yeah.
I was telling them that my Porsche can symbolize any dream that they wanted for themselves. It didn't have to be a Porsche. For Carly, it was paying for herself until she got sponsored and traveling around the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, and I feel like that when I try to tell these guys, it's tough being a parent, isn't it? Like, you got to give them lessons, but yet you have to not do so much for them.
Well, I always say my job is not to control them or micromanage them. It's to teach them morals and values and send them on their way. I have my own dreams.
Yeah.
I don't want to manage theirs. I just have to teach them good choices.
What do you think's a good age to kind of do that? I mean, it's tough. I guess everybody's different, right? We talked about that earlier. Every kid's different, but
A good age
to kind of say, you know what? It's time for you to start putting your own dish in the dishwasher. It's time for you to start, you know, because us as parents, we want to over-parent a lot. I mean, do you think of that? You ever think back? It's like, okay, when did I kind of say? Was it right when they could walk? Say, hey, let's just start doing things yourself.
I always taught my kids to be self-sufficient. I got my first job when I was 11. When Heidi was 13, we bought her a horse for her birthday. And then she decided that she wanted to take private tennis lessons. And we told her, we're not paying for both.
Yeah.
We'll pay for half the tennis lessons and we'll pay for the horse. But you've got to get a job. And she got a job at a restaurant and paid for half her tennis lessons.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I feel like we tend to want to help our kids too much. and give them too much. And it actually hurts us.
Enabling them does them no favors.
That's right. And I guess I'm kind of speaking to the parents for a little bit, and just think about that before we, because I've tried to do it both ways, and I don't think it helps. I think you have to push them. You have to give them their leeway to make those tough choices and make those mistakes sometimes.
And I always gave them all the freedom in the world and told them they had all my trust until they proved me wrong. And they have yet to do that.
Oh, that's great. See, I can't say that about my boys. No, they're great kids. They're doing good.
I don't know about that.
Now my nephew, on the other hand, no, I'm kidding. He's great.
It's true. It's all true.
So one thing I didn't touch on, and I don't know how much you want to talk about in what's in the book, but there's another part of your pet family. The St. Bernards, they're a huge part of your family. But then there's that one little pet, Fernando, that he's a big part.
He is. Fernando's our cat. We've had him longer than any of our animals. And we got him because we had a mouse problem at our house. Mice were getting into the engine of my husband's car.
Was that when you lived in Bright?
That was in Bright.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they were getting into setting up shop in your Brian's car.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so we went to the SPCA. We paid $5 for him. The best $5 we ever spent.
And so he's been with you guys for many years then.
Yes, and we were not cat people. We're both very allergic. But he's very cool. He follows us on all of our walks.
But we're definitely going to give him some camera time here when we pop him up. But now he's an outside cat, right?
He is, yes. He doesn't even like to be in.
Yeah.
So it was great when we moved down to Bright because he had all the land to roam and catch mice and be a cat.
Yeah. Yeah, cats are something else. They really are. I love their independence. I love their spirit. That's one thing I do love about cats. They're easy. That's because I'm lazy. I'm a lazy pet owner. I gotta be honest.
They are easy.
Yeah. I am a lazy pet owner, and we also have an outside cat, and she's a great cat. But anyway.
I kind of wanted to ask you about the personality of your St. Bernards when, like, without the pack. Because we've only ever had dogs, a single, like, no pack mentality. And just the one dog, but you have a pack of St. Bernards, so what's that like?
Every one of them has a very unique personality, and they're all very jealous of each other. They all want your attention all the time. So it's very important to honor their hierarchy, or the pack can become unstable.
Yeah.
So you really have to have the alpha, have the baby, and feed them, greet them, reward them in that order, or they become really unhappy.
So is it always the oldest is the alpha, or?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you bring a new one into the pack, you need to make sure he's getting fed last.
So as the alpha gets older, does his role change, or is it more they still honor him as the alpha until he passes?
They still honor him. They definitely try to push the limits a little more.
Yeah.
But it's very cool to see the interaction, and I mean, they respect the alpha.
Yeah.
The alpha just has to give them one growl or snap,
Yeah.
and they lay down.
Probably similar to like siblings, you know?
Very much so. Unless you're my sibling. I didn't care what order I was in.
So I did want to ask you about your parents now. They're still together doing good.
Yes.
Now, where did you was it your dad that I heard that you were, kind of the author in you?
I think, oh yeah, the Offeringly for sure.
Is he a writer?
He has one children's book published.
Okay.
But he has hundreds that he's written and told us over the years that we're still at 77 years old pushing him to get published.
Oh, wow. Well, maybe you can.
We're trying.
Yeah.
You're never too old to accomplish dreams.
What's the publishing? What's that look like? That whole process of getting a book published?
So my sister owns a publishing company.
Oh, wow.
But when I wrote my book, I wanted to have it ready for the holiday season.
Oh.
And she wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
So my husband and I published it through his private agency.
Okay. So what does he do exactly?
He's a web developer, art director, does coding.
Okay. Code. Geez, that's like smart, really smart guy stuff.
Yeah, not me.
No,
when I wrote
me
my
either.
book, that was the first time I had been on a computer since high school.
Now, what was the spell checker like? I can't spell worth a darn, so if I wrote it,
My
it would
mom
be
and
worth-
dad were my editors,
Okay.
which was really cool.
So now Brian's company. Now, is he part owner? Does he work for? How's that work?
He's a one-man team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. What's the name of his company?
Creative Horse Studio.
Okay. I love the spirit. I love the freedoms. I just feel like you guys have just really embodied the American dream. It's not always pretty. And I think people get confused about the American dream and what it takes to get the American dream.
Again, you just have to do something that makes you happy and excited every day.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing that, you got to make a change.
And don't fear that change. Yes, fear is there. I think any sane person has a bit of fear.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
Keeps you in check.
but you can't let that rule your world.
Well, in 2015, Brian unexpectedly got laid off. And in the moment, we were really scared. My sister said, my sister is the type of person that walks around the corner after losing $10 and finds 100. And I found that really empowering. And very quickly, we realized a job is just a job.
Yeah.
You can find another one. If you have good work ethic and you're driven, you're reliable, you can always find something else.
Yeah, if you're just a good person, I think things will fall into place a lot of times. Obviously, you have to chase a lot of stuff, but
You have to have your eyes open for it. You can't be focused on the fear of, oh my God, what am I going to do?
build
You
a
have to
good
be open.
foundation.
And positivity attracts positivity.
Yeah, that's right.
And darkness attracts darkness.
Yeah.
So
So
surround
that's,
yourself with what you want.
so that's kind of when Brian said, I'm doing my own deal.
Well, I
Or
had
what-
told him for years he was too smart to be working for somebody else. But it's scary
Yeah.
to take that risk.
Yeah. It is. It is. And especially if you got a system and it works. And I think what happens is we also get caught up in the paycheck's there on Friday or every other
Exactly.
Friday. And then you rely on it. You have bills to pay.
But he's so much happier now.
Yeah.
We have so much more freedom. He makes so much more money.
And he's probably so plenty busy that he doesn't even.
He's never even been able to make himself a website. He's been busy from day one.
Well, they do say that about like carpenters and stuff like that. It's usually
They have the
they're-
It's word of mouth.
Yeah. Well, and then they have that worst house because they're always busy
Right,
doing
right.
everybody else's stuff.
Right.
Painters. So if you ever come to my house, you might know why my house needs painted. But yeah, that is what I love about you guys. You embody the American spirit, the American dream, and I love that. And I want folks to know that you are the example. I mean, you and Brian, I should say, are the example, and your daughters. I mean, what Carly's doing, what I guess Heidi just got something new as a writer?
Well, she's working 2 waitressing jobs, and she's the sports editor for the local paper to pay her way through college.
Oh, that's fun.
As she goes.
That's awesome.
So I'm very proud of her.
I'm proud of them too. I really am. I'm proud of you and Brian for what you're
I'm
what
proud
you
of you
did.
doing this.
It's just
We can talk about how great we are.
yeah. Can we? Yeah, let's devote a segment to that at the end. How happy we are. But,
You can put a chapter in the next book.
yeah.
I just think you have to embrace every opportunity. Step out of your comfort zone. This is so far out of my comfort zone. But you can empower and inspire by making yourself vulnerable.
Yeah. And was it spitting snow pretty good this morning before we started this? I think it was.
It
wasn't
was, yeah.
It was like, what are we, 25 degrees, something like
Yeah.
that?
Brian, the weather's fine. I don't know what you're talking about. You guys hate
But the weather is fine, that's for sure. Good morning. So let's talk about the best place for folks to get your book. Now, I think you got some stuff coming up, some book signings.
I have a book signing at Spire Coffee and Book Company on Valentine's Day. You can get my book anywhere, but Amazon is probably the easiest.
The easiest, okay.
Yeah, but it's at Enchanted Novelties in Harrison, which is a local bookstore.
Yeah, that's right downtown, isn't it? That's a cute little shop.
Yeah, and Barnes & Noble, Target, any retailer.
Now, I was going to ask you a question. I'm old. I forget these things.
It's oxygen deprivation.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So you tell me that, Ryan, just hold me back. Don't make me run so fast. And I'm back here. I'm just asking a few questions. And I'm having a hard time breathing with this lady.
No, this is hard. way out of my comfort zone.
Well, I think, how would you, when it comes to being out of your comfort zone, how would you define that road less traveled? Would you say you're on that road less traveled right now?
Absolutely. But again, it's really just doing what makes you happy, always challenging yourself, because that's what makes life exciting.
Yeah. Now, let's go this way. Now, the boys and I have talked about having a book signing out here.
Sure.
When you're going. Now, are you open to that?
Absolutely.
How many people do you think would show up? You think we could get some people to?
We could get some people. We could do it.
I can think of 4.
I have no doubt.
It's not because the book isn't great and you're not great. I think the unattractive part is the 8-mile loop
I agree.
in 25-degree weather.
I agree with that.
But what's the fun in, if this was in a studio, what's the fun in that,
That's
right?
If it was in the studio, I feel more nervous. For sure.
Yeah.
Out here, I'm just trying to stay alive.
That's right. Well, I've heard it said, and Hank might have said it before. I'm sure Hank thought of it, came up with the quote. This is probably an original idea. That it's hard to be nervous or think about suicide or killing yourself when you're just trying to survive.
Totally. That's
You
a
know?
great quote.
And I think, and that I might have changed it a little bit, but
I said it much better.
yeah, his was much more eloquent, more like an author would. But Jenny, we're so glad you came out to join us today.
I'm glad I could be here.
Lots of fun. Is there anything else that you kind of want to put out there about your book or even your?
Just never give up on your dreams. Go after them relentlessly with a passion, and don't take no for an answer.
Hey man, I love that. Well, guys, anybody else have anything for Jenny? Any last minute questions here that we want to?
Lightning round.
Lightning round? If not, well, guys, thanks for joining us, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Make it a great day.